today. The All-Decade Team was named. Have any of you looked at the list?
I looked
NFL
at the
All-Decade
list. I
Team?
looked at the list, and
Zach, I don't want you to look at the list yet. Hold on. I'm gonna give you guys a quick trivia question. 5 people were named to the Naughts. I don't know how the hell to say that. 2000s and the 2000 teens. All-Decade teams.
oh, so they were on the 2000s
5 people
up to
were on the
2010.
the same on both decade teams. Y'all got what I'm
and
saying?
and we have to guess those 5.
You have to guess those 5. I'm going to give you one. Bill Belichick. He's the head coach. He was on the All-Decade on both teams. So that's your one clue. There's 4 other spots.
His quarterback.
Do you want me to give you the? I'll give you the positions.
One of them's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I'll give you quarterback, defensive end, kick returner, and punter.
Cornerback, defense.
That's it? You mean to tell me Adrian Peterson didn't make it on the first 2000?
One of them he didn't.
All right, so Tom Brady is your
He
quarterback.
didn't come out to
right?
2010, I don't think.
Brady's your quarterback.
What are you talking
Brady's quarterback.
Yeah. Pete Peterson?
Adrian Peterson has been in the league since
Kicker's
the
going to
early
be
2000s.
06, 07?
it's going to
Punter, not kicker. Punter.
I thought kick returner.
Kick returner and
Kicker's probably Goskowski.
no, there's not a kicker.
Oh,
Punter.
You said kick returner?
Oh, kick
and
returner.
returner.
Is it Darren Sproles?
No.
Kick returner.
Sproles is controversial though. Keep that name in mind. He is on this list of
you're not gonna say
controversial.
Chicago, the Chicago,
Ted
Devin
the
Hester.
Chicago.
Devin Hester.
Yeah.
Devin Hester.
That doesn't surprise me. Man,
So
so amazing.
defensive end.
We need a defensive end and a punter.
Defensive end is Julius Peppers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest Carolina Panther of all time, Julius Peppers. Please stop saying he's not. For the love of God, he's 3rd all time in sacks, and he made two.
all right.
He made 2 All-Decade teams.
We're not going to guess the punter.
Yeah, you should be able to. Who's the good punter? He's been the best punter for 2 decades.
I don't know. Pat McAfee? I don't know.
No,
He's retired.
the Raiders.
I don't know who the hell that is.
I don't either.
All the Raiders have done for the past 20 years is punt. We should all know that Shane Leckler is the best punter in the NFL.
Oh, I have to say, wasn't Tavares King there for a minute as well?
Marquez King.
Marquez King, yeah, that guy. I mixed him up with Tavares Jackson.
All right, so there's your
Marquez
5. Belichick, Brady. Brady and Peppers are the only 2 real football players, and you got a kick returner and a punter. So
Whoa, now Devin Hester was electric.
He
is electric. If he
He was a
had
wide receiver and a
hands,
cornerback.
was not a wide receiver.
I'm telling you, man, if he had hands,
He ran routes.
Devin Hester was electric. Opening series of that Bears.
Yeah, he's a
Super
great
Bowl.
kick returner. All right.
Opening kickoff.
Let me get into the Sproles controversy.
All right.
Darren Sproles was named in 2 spots on this team.
He was named as a flex. The hell
Darren
is a flex?
Sproles is named in 2 positions on this team. On this team, he is, and they picked 4 kick returners, by the way.
Mm.
2 punt returners and 2 kickoff returners. This is how in depth this thing is. So the specialists, the kickoff returners, are Devin Hester and Cordell Patterson. The punt returners are Tyreek Hill and Darren Sproles.
Tyreek Hill might be the fastest guy I've ever seen run the football.
But then, like Hunter said, at the flex position, whatever position that is,
I don't know what the flex means.
I guess they can pick.
Flex means it's a running back receiver. Like
They
he
got-
could be either or. Because if you think about Sproles out of the backfield, he like McCaffrey.
So what we're going to put
could get that in the
McCaffrey out of
future.
flex.
He could get that future.
Okay,
Yes, he's
that's
not
fine.
going to get a running back.
All right,
Because I know
forgot
what the flex is in
Because you're going
fantasy
to say
football.
you're going
and
to say
that's
you're
a
going to say
receiver
you're going to say Sproles. You're going to say McCaffrey. Melvin could fit in that category. Todd Gurley could fit in that category. Zeke maybe, just depending on what
Eckler.
year.
Eric
I'm
Eckler
just saying.
now.
Like,
I'm going to
those
tell
are
you.
your
I'm going to
flex
tell you the
stacks.
controversial
Saquon
one.
Barkley could go flex.
I'm going to tell you the controversial one because he had better stats than everything that Darren Sproles did, as far as out of the backfield, catching the ball and everything. I'm trying to find the tweet. I thought I took a picture of it, but I didn't. I'll see if I can get it up real quick.
Who did he play for? See if I can guess.
If I tell that, you'll know.
Just do
It's
it.
just too easy. He's a big running back. Catch the ball.
Is it DeMarco?
Derrick Henry.
No. Chicago.
Forte.
Dude, Matt Forte.
Matt Forte across the board had better numbers than Sproles on all of this. People are losing their minds on that flex position on Sproles being named to 2
really good in
spots right
fantasy
there.
back in the day, Forte, for a couple years.
Of course, get off that. I know. I was on the list.
I could probably guess some of the running backs from the 2000 to 2010.
All right, let's do this.
It's probably
Let's see if y'all
LT
can name
and
the
Chris Johnson.
Let's see if y'all can name the 4 running backs of this decade.
Oh, I already know one. I've seen the list. It's Adrian Peterson.
All right, Zach and Philip, got any guesses
From this decade?
from this day?
I don't agree with one of them 100%.
Hey, here you go. There's Sproles versus Forte. Sproles only had 2,600 yards in 10 years rushing, 3,900 receiving yards. Matt Forte had 7,600 yards rushing. So almost three times as much rushing yards as Sproles, and he only had 225 less receiving yards than Sproles. Matt Forte had 59 combined touchdowns, and Sproles 40. And then of course people are making the point of Sproles' kick return yards, but that's not. Yeah, he's a kick returner, but not. They're saying he shouldn't be out of the.
He's
flex.
not the all-down back and true flex that Matt Forte was. Darren Sproles is usually, to me, Darren Sproles is a third down back. That's it.
Yeah.
If it's a third and
Frank Gore.
long.
Frank Gore's one. Adrian, this is basically the Mount Rushmore of the last 10 years because there's 4 at this position.
Yeah, but I don't like one of the 4. I don't
Adrian
agree
Peterson, Frank Gore. Who'd you say?
with
Oh, I
it.
thought you said something.
Marshawn Lynch and Shady McCoy.
I don't like
I don't
Shady.
like Shady either.
I don't like Shady McCoy being on there.
But he was good for a time.
He was
really
good.
was.
He was good for a blip in Chip Kelly's
He was really
offense for the Eagles.
He was really good for a
Wide
time.
receivers: Antonio Brown,
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry
Oh,
Fitz,
yeah.
I don't even.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson, and Julio.
Who was the first one?
Antonio
Brown.
Brown.
That's a really good wide receiver.
The flex were Sproles. I saw something yesterday that when Rodgers beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl, his wide receivers were Donald Driver, Greg Jennings,
I knew Greg.
Jordy
Jones was one of them.
Nelson.
It's a really good wide receiver.
Mike Montgomery.
There's somebody else.
The
really
Montgomery kid played slot for him.
There was really good wide receivers there too.
Tight ends: Gronk and Kelsey.
Gronk's unarguable.
Defenses:
Kelsey's.
ends:
Kelsey's good. Too.
Calais Campbell, Cam Jordan, Peppers, and J.J. Watt.
A good defense.
Defensive tackles: Geno Atkins, Fletcher Cox, Aaron Donald, and Ndamukong Suh. Linebackers: Chandler Jones, Luke Kuechly, Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, Patrick Willis. 6 there.
Dude, Patrick
How do you have
Willis.
6 linebackers and 3 corners? 3
Damn.
corners: Patrick Peterson, Darrell
Because you got-
Rivas, and
you got
Richard.
three-
Is that
you
a
got-
backup?
Nah, you got 3-4 defenses. So they're assuming you're gonna have starting 4,
And then 2
inside, 2
backups.
outside, and then a backup outside.
I was about
inside.
to say because Patrick Willis
Yeah.
as the inside linebacker was disgusting, and I hate the fact that he retired when he did.
Safeties: Eric Berry, Earl Thomas, and Eric Weddle. Defensive backs: this is just any position. Chris Harris and Tyrann Matthew. So
I think Tyrann Matthews-
At some point, they
you
just started
can't argue
making up
that.
positions for. It seemed like to be on the all-decade
Well, I
teams,
mean, like,
but-
because if you
Nobody's
said like you
feeling
got a nickel back or
Yeah.
They're playing into how every defense runs different formations, and some guys are going to be playing in different, hybrid techniques.
So-
That's exactly what Tyrann Matthews. He is a hybrid safety.
all right,
My
real-
man can play corner, safety, and come down if he needs to go and get the quarterback.
I like something Hunter knew about.
I love Honey Badger.
a minute ago. Tom's commenting. Shane Leckler, the punter. You mentioned which teams could we do a rebrand on.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking over here. I'm gonna put together a couple of nominations. My number 1 nomination, Hunter, is you guys.
Washington.
I want to see the Philip. See, I don't know if you've heard
Stop
my
being-
idea.
I'm done
about
with
the
this.
potato.
The raise. No, well, that's the fun one.
Oh,
Actually, change it to like the Razorbacks.
No, I like
Have
this
a
one
red
lot.
warthog, and then you could still be the Redskins.
Because we got
You
the
wouldn't even have to
Hogs.
change your name. They're already the Hogs.
Mm-hmm.
Just put a freaking warhog logo.
What team do you like?
He's Cowboys.
Okay.
Rebrand that. Got him, Cowgirls.
I would love to rebrand. I'd love to rebrand the Dolphins and put a dolphin, a non-blind dolphin
You just want the original.
that wears a
Dolphin.
helmet.
Yeah.
Look at this thing above me. How
I've
beautiful
seen
is
it.
that?
I've seen it.
It doesn't get more beautiful.
if
than
you're
that.
gonna rebrand anybody, rebrand the Cleveland Browns.
No.
Got to rebrand.
No.
He likes the
No,
Give
no,
them,
no,
give
no.
them, give them
He likes the old
some
stuff.
type of mascot.
Well, they
Just
do.
give
They
them
have. It's like a dog.
First
It's
of
like a
all,
bloodhound.
you're both are terrible.
What?
The mascot is an elf.
Shut up.
It is.
What are you talking about? They have. Why did you call it the dog pound and literally have a dog
Hold
right
on.
there?
You don't know the Browns elf?
And then you have God. What's his name?
Come
Because the old one literally just died because they made him.
Well, tell me
retire.
this:
The
why
dog.
can't we get
This is
him
literally
on
their
a helmet?
ma-
That's what we should do on the helmet.
The
That's
house-
The dog or the elf? Yeah,
the elf is insane.
If that's the case, then
That's their
run with
logo.
it.
That's their logo.
that makes me want to order Little Caesars.
No, it's not. They're the mascot they bring out all the time is Swagger.
Makes me think about
Swagger
it,
the dog.
it is a dog.
It's
It's like
swagger.
it's almost
It's
just like a
like-
basset hound.
That's
They
right,
could put
it's a
him on the
hound.
helmet. Little Caesars could.
Could be like
their pizza brand.
yeah, they
It's
could
like,
rename the
pizza.
stadium. Rename the stadium Little Caesars Pavilion.
Buy that shirt right now.
God almighty.
What?
But yeah, it's swagger.
First of all,
because it's
the all orange helmet is sweet.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
like
be
the
honest.
hat.
No, the dadgum little elf guy. I did not know that was even
I
a
didn't either.
thing.
Did you not?
But if you throw that on the side of that orange helmet, I might be a Browns fan.
I
for a
like- no,
while.
I-
I like that.
Now I knew the little elf guy.
That
wear
looks
that
like
hat.
a
That hat
that
is
looks
awesome.
like a baseball. I'm trying to think. A farm league baseball.
Yeah,
team
like a
hat.
minor
Does it
league
not?
team.
It
That's
looks like
sick.
a crawl
I
hat
love
or
it.
something. You know.
Can't believe
I'm
you
telling
got
you,
it,
man. Just run with the hound.
I'm gonna buy me.
Run with
I'm gonna buy
swagger.
me a hat.
Here's him in real
I'm
life.
gonna buy me a hat. That's
Okay, that's scary.
That's
that
creepy,
is
ain't it?
That's scary. That's scary as a kid.
they can even have like
'Cause you look-
pizza for lunch, and the keyboard elves do cookies for
Zach,
like,
you quit
the
thinking
kids.
word about our pizza.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the Browns? Have you seen my favorite hats? Have you seen the dog hats with the eyes? They're pretty sweet. I'm gonna see if I can pull
That's what I'm
one up.
saying. Look, like that's their mascot is swagger.
Yeah, it's the dog from the Sandlot.
Yeah, it's a bull mastiff. It's a mastiff, I think.
See,
Yeah,
It is a mastiff.
Yeah.
So, listen, they
So you got the Cleveland Browns
Get
that have
this.
the elves and dogs. You got the Alabama Crimson Tide that's
That
a wave and an elephant. Auburn Tigers, it's the tiger
And a
the
war eagle.
Stanford,
sense.
I don't know.
Cardinals.
I
is a
definitely don't
bird,
get
but
Alabama.
Their mascot's a
But
tree.
see, they're called the Stanford Cardinal. They're not plural, so it's just the tree.
If I was, I mean, I'll make
Have you
everybody
seen the
mad at
mascot,
Auburn,
though?
but
That's
if
a
I was
tree.
Auburn
It's
and
funny.
LSU,
Well, then you got
at
the
time,
Georgia
I'd go with
Tech.
the War Eagle.
Yellow jacket.
Yellow Jackets.
Then the Tiger.
But then the Rambling Rex and the car and the engineers.
Yeah.
We're the Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech, and we're gonna beat the hell out of you. That's their saying. That's their song.
I'm telling you, but did you see they made Swagger retire
This one.
and brought Swagger Jr. up, and weeks later Swagger dies.
Philip, what do you think about that?
He have a broken heart.
The elf hat's just
I like
immensely
the,
better.
Bulldog.
the elf hat is way better because the Cleveland Browns is a dog or an elf. I'd rather the Browns be little
That
elves.
is all. I mean, that's awesome. It's awesome.
Because then
Look,
then
this
you
one's
get-
got ear flaps. This hat,
awesome,
this
man.
look at that elf hat right there. It's got
For
ear
God's
flaps.
sake, you got the dog right behind you.
I know this is the best hat, Philip.
Jesus.
I mean, that's the best hat by far. It's not even close. Fans watching online. See, I mean, what more do you want? How do you need to rebrand that? Who let the dogs out, Hunter? That was fun this fall, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean-
with Burns.
They should have like corners in that stadium for the dogs to go hide once they get beat as bad as they do.
They
and
do
just
have
that
an area.
reflex.
They have an area behind one of the goalposts. It's called the dog pound. It's called the dog pound.
Thanks, Hunter.
DAWG. The dog pound.
Pants. So Panthers, I get rid of the gray helmets and white pants.
Yeah, the white pants are ingrained. Like I may go home tonight.
That's
and
all
just
I gotta think
change
about
all
now.
the pants.
I think a
Madden.
rebrand logo wise. I think,
You're not allowed to wear white pants anymore.
yeah, I think a rebrand logo wise needs to be the Jets. Why don't you just use
just
a
did.
legit jet?
They just did this
A
year
fighter
or last
jet.
year.
No, but yeah, but they did uniforms.
You're right. You
I'm
want
talking
everything.
like a logo be like a legit fighter jet. What? Why not?
I think the
Why,
Titans.
why does it have to just say Jets?
I think the Titans could do something.
He just said that
a
he
little
liked their
cre-
last.
I like their colors.
Their new. They did a little bit last year. They tweaked it.
I just wish they would do maybe a little bit more with the helmet logo, other than the
And they've
flaming
got the baby blue,
thumbtack. Is
too.
what they
Here-
call it.
here's-
What about some type of flames on the Titans helmets, like actual flames with the T in the middle, or a trident or something? You know, something.
Well,
of
let
that
me
nature.
ask you this. This is the real question. This is something that could happen, and it's going to happen to try to recover for what we're going through. How long before we turn into like the overseas soccer or
it's already happened in NBA.
like NFL gets it in practice? They actually have the sponsors on the jerseys.
oh, we're probably
We're talking
2 years
about
away.
it. It's coming. Like before long, the NFL is going to be like the uniforms are going to be NASCAR.
Yeah, because the NBA
People-
has them,
People will stop watching. You can put little logos and stuff on
Yeah.
it, but the reason a lot of people, I would say, don't watch soccer is that if I look at a team's soccer jersey, I have no idea who they are.
See, that's where
It doesn't
you're
say.
wrong.
It doesn't say. Hold on. It doesn't say
Cardinals.
England.
See, that's where you're
It
wrong.
just says. It
'cause
says.
If I'm not
it says
mistaken,
Nike, and then England's like written on the
I mean-
corner of a sleeve or something somewhere or something. like that.
Nah, I mean that's just where you're wrong. But
Well, no, like
But what
they
I'm
have
saying
those
is that
little
you're not
symbols,
gonna
like,
see-
you have the crest on a lot of
No,
the
I
jerseys.
know
you have
that.
the crest.
Yeah.
I don't want the
That's their logo,
Americans
yeah.
will not like an ad being bigger than the logos. The main logos. What
Well,
I was
like-
kind of getting at is that you don't want to look at a jersey and be like,
Well, South
that's
Korea,
a Reebok jersey that
South
says
Korea and Tokyo, they
Charlotte
do
on the
it on
corner.
the back. So instead of like having a logo or an American flag on your back, Instead of having their name, they'll put the name at the bottom and put a logo at the top. Or put the logo at the bottom.
European basketball has done it for years. The NBA's finally they've finally adopted it, but they just put the little patch right there.
One's a wish.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
I got two nominees for
rebrands.
And they're both in the same division, and they both could be way cooler than they are.
Giants,
and they got good. They got good name. They got good animal names. Bears and lions. Both of them have about the plainest things you could have.
But they're old school, man. I just don't want to change.
We're rebranding. You just tried to rebrand the Browns. What do you mean old school?
But they're terrible. Like the Bears win some.
The Chicago Bears helmets, I think, are the worst in the NFL.
The old school.
I think
when I see it, I think about Walter Payton.
I think the Bears helmets are the worst.
Yeah,
because that C.
Mike Ditka.
Only thing they did to make their helmet was they didn't even have to hire a graphic artist. Whoever was printing the stickers on the machines was like, "Are there any letters?" And we put a C on there. Any different fonts? No, we just got one.
I need a rebrand.
Right, let's just put this
I need
C
a
on there.
rebrand. Literally a month after it's happened, the Rams they need a rebrand. That shit's awful. That logo's awful.
What about the Colts?
They could do some creative stuff, probably.
They could just have a legitimate horse.
But that even comes back to what he was saying. It's a traditional kind of thing. And
I mean, but really and truly, how are you going to put a colt? Because a colt's what, a baby horse, right?
Put a horse. Put a horse bucking on there, like the dolphin with a helmet on.
How about this for the Colts? What if you went with the Wyoming? You know how like Wyoming's logo and college?
It's funny you say. I was going to say, let's just go back to the old bucking them off the horse and
right.
Do you remember the Broncos old?
I was thinking.
Is that what you're talking about?
Have you seen the Wyoming?
Yeah, it's almost old Broncos.
But the Broncos got a goofy horse.
Yeah. Was that horse shooting a beam out of his mouth? What in the hell?
Look at this guy right here. He's riding. Yeah, the horse is goofy. That's what I started thinking about.
No, but you could do the Wyoming one because all it is, it's like just that. It's the silhouette and it's a solid color. You could do the same thing at the professional level. If Wyoming doesn't have it trademarked, then absolutely.
I just think the Browns need to bring back that elf.
It's like that would be really cool.
Yeah. That might be my wallpaper.
So you like the elf now?
Yeah, when I get signal, I ride with the elf.
You just make that the Colts blue and put it on that white helmet.
Think about the headlines. You don't even call them the Cleveland Browns anymore.
Just call them the
Cleveland Elves.
Elves.
And it's like Christmas time.
What about a dog bone on the helmet?
Can you do an X dog bone?
And it says Browns inside the dog bone.
The dog bone.
Man. Some people like putting words on helmets. I can't stand it, but
I like the Washington Warhogs. I think you just make the baddest looking warhog you could ever do on the helmet.
Listen, now, if you want to be cool with it, so Washington's supposed to be our nation's capital. It's D.C., It'd be cool if they would go like District of Columbia or something like that, the district or something. But if you want to keep Washington Warthogs, don't put that warthog. Put the A10 warthog on the side, like the mouth that they do on the airplane, the A10 warthog. That would be sick.
Here's some warthog logos that you could. And what we're saying, folks, is call the Redskins. Keep them the Redskins, but keep the pig. This keeps you. You can stay red. You can keep the pig stuff.
Or they could just get rid of the team.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
From the Cowboys.
But you see what?
This one right here would be pretty cool. I like this. Look at that. How about that Redskin?
That's a mean looking. Even the one down on.
But they're all red and they're all pigs, so you could easily call them just all Redskins.
But you see what I'm saying there? Like you put that on half and half on a helmet. The front of that A10 war. The front of that.
Well, see, that's what I want helmets. When I'm saying creative helmets,
yeah.
When I'm thinking Jaguars, anything with an animal, I want to see something like that, like the Eagles. I want to see the eagle eyes or something.
Yeah.
If they allow them to have more than one helmet, it would be
because that's what would be nice. That to me would be like full on creative. Washington Warthogs. People are gonna think, oh, it's a warthog. No, we're talking about the badass A10 warthog that's just nasty in the air.
All right, got a couple more things to get to today. I'm on time, hour and a half. All right, we can squeeze this in. We're gonna go. This is gonna be quick. Like or dislike. Okay. NBA's talking